In this episode, we talked to Steve Brooks of the band Torche. I wanted to apologize to you guys, as this episode you're going to see a lot of cuts and edits in between. Steve recently moved over to Oregon, and he's living out in the sticks, and he has really bad reception, so there's a few times where the call got interrupted, so you might see some skips here and there, and I apologize for that. But it was a really great conversation. We go deep into some mental health issues. We go into the future of Torche. They've recorded some new material, but all of that's up in the air now with the Omicron variant and all the shows being postponed and everything. So we talk a little bit about that as well. But it was really great catching up with Steve, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe down there. Hit the little bell button so you can get notifications when new episodes come out. Make sure to follow Steve and Torche on all of the socials. And check out our Patreon page. Go to patreon.com/RRBG and support the podcast. Now, enjoy Steve Brooks of Torche. Shout out to Killcliff, my homie Alex, who used to work for Orange Amps. I think you might know him. Works over there now.
Okay.
He was AR for Orange for many, many years. I don't know if you got to meet him once. I know you guys. Do you guys still use Orange Amps?
Occasionally. Yeah.
So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm in Oregon now.
Oregon. You're living there now?
Yeah. I just got out here.
Okay.
Where I've been most of the pandemic, but I was in San Francisco like for a month, and then I'm out here now.
I was going to ask, because you did the Kurt Russell, you escaped LA, but like you were here for a while. I remember that.
I was in LA for about 4 years, and then all this happened, and then I ended up moving to the coast with some friends, and then I've been all over the place, ping-ponging from Florida to San Francisco, and then back here, and now I'm back. It's the country out here.
Are you in the woods? Are you in the sticks?
Yeah.
Nice.
We don't. The closest town doesn't even have a gas station. So
wow, damn.
We have dispensaries.
Oh, of course, that's all the gas you need right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the RRBG podcast. I'm going to keep all that in. I'm here with Steve Brooks. Welcome back to the show. How you doing? We just said how you're doing, but like, what are you doing in Oregon? Like, what are you working on the new album, or are you just chilling right now and just like?
I'm not doing any music right now.
No?
I'm kind of going to start farming out here, and just doing no, no, a few different things, and
you should think about the weed thing though, because it's
no. I mean, there's weed farming here, but it's just for us.
Okay.
I'm hoping that everything works out. I mean, right now during the pandemic, it just keeps going on and on and on. And
I know you guys just had a big tour get postponed. I had tickets.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this podcast to ask you directly for a refund. No, I'm just kidding. So that fucking sucks though, man. I was really excited. That's, I'm sure it's really sucks for you. I mean, was there financials that took a big hit because of all this crap? Because I know you have to make preparations, and you got to get merch, and you got to, all this shit. So did you guys take a big hit on that?
Well, I mean, when we were in Europe when all of this happened, so we had played, we did a BBC session in the UK or in London, and then we went to Russia, played St. Petersburg and Moscow, and then did a show in Athens, Greece, and then we had to fly home. We were supposed to be out until April 17th. So basically my life just got flipped within a couple of weeks, and I left LA, and I don't know, like last year I went down and recorded some stuff with the guys, but we're still, in the middle of that, I guess.
Okay.
And I don't know what point it's at right now, but yeah, I've kind of had to do different things during this whole pandemic because the band's not doing anything, and I mean, we're playing a couple shows here and there. We just played a Coheed and Cambria cruise, and we
Everybody
did the
make
games
it out safely out of this cruise.
Yeah, actually,
Nice.
it was the first time since the pandemic that I felt kind of, I could walk around without my mask on, and because they checked you like before you got on that
They
ship.
do the tests like right before, and
Yeah, and yeah, it was cool. And then we played the Gainesville Fest, and then I went back and was bartending for a little while in San Francisco, and now Omicron is Omicron.
Percy I-8 from Futurama.
Yeah, that's like hitting everyone right now. So I'm back in the country.
Yeah, man. It's I'm thinking that eventually we have to get to that point where it's the variants start getting weaker, and we just have to deal with it like the flu, where we just get our shot every year and move on. Because we can't, like, if everything keeps shutting down, we're gonna be really fucked. That's all I'm saying.
I think we're already fucked.
Yeah, we're pretty fucked right now. But
yeah, it's just gonna get worse. I mean, I hate to be negative, but I just can't see it getting better at this point.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps going and going and going, and businesses are opening, shutting down. Like bands are canceling tours. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I just flew for the the other day, and the plane smelled different. Like they're using some chemical or something. A
sanitizer in the AC units.
Yeah, and it was I was like sweating, just like ready to get on a fucking plane. God damn it! And I walked in. I was like, man, it's freezing in here, and like that smell. I was like, I don't know. It's just it smells. It smells like a clean. Like it smells like cleaning.
Yeah,
chemicals and
does it smell like a hospital? Because I feel like the cold
Yeah,
matches a hospital thing. Yeah.
It was kind of like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's just weird. Things are totally different now. So
yeah, I'm surprised. So you guys haven't thought about maybe doing like the loudest stream possible, live stream, Torche?
I mean, those guys are in Miami, and I'm on the West Coast, and I don't know. It's it is what it is. But right now, I don't want to travel. I don't. Like we record a bunch of things, and we have the tour lining up, and a festival, which I'm looking forward to. Desert Fest in New York, and hopefully those are still on schedule.
Fingers crossed. That was I think it was Tucker from Thursday and I were saying, like, we start a new booking agency and just the logo is two fingers like this and just wishful thinking booking.
Yeah, but yeah, like when we had to cancel that European tour, we took a really big hit.
Yeah,
because we lost all of that got us out there.
All the guarantees. Those go away, right?
And
they don't
plane tickets and all of that stuff. So
shit.
I'm just right now, like I don't have the financial stability to keep leaving, and doing things with a band where, at this point, I don't know, until shit starts not being so fucking weird. I don't know how.
It is really weird, especially in LA, especially us here out in, because Miami. We were talking about Miami, like they don't care. Miami is the Wild West.
I was down there for a couple of months in the winter, and I mean, when I drove across the country, and I was in San Francisco for a little bit. So San Francisco is a little bubble. You see everyone wearing a mask, and like our numbers were pretty low. So I don't know. I felt like I was part of everybody's kind of working together. And I was like, God damn, like some of these people have to work in this shit every single day, and then I go across the country, like you get into like Arizona, and there's, on the highway, there's the little alert, the huge signs that say mask up. But man, like once I got through Texas into like Florida, there were full up gas stations with like kids just piling up out of the car, like I was like, man, like nobody gives a fuck. And in Miami, like the strip clubs were like full parking lots, I was like, man, this shit's just gonna fucking get worse and worse and worse. And here we are.
You don't miss Miami, dude?
Oh, fuck no. You know what? Like Miami, I'm from there.
Yeah.
So as soon as I could get out, I got out. And then I went back, and then I started this band, and then I left again. And, like Miami, like it's a cool place to visit. I don't ever want to live there, like, and so yeah, I mean, you live in LA, fucking weather's nice.
Dude, it's so like, beautiful. It's so beautiful to walk my dog, and it's 75 and there's a cool breeze, and like, a little chilly at night. So you can wear a hoodie if you want, but nothing crazy. Yeah, but Miami, dude, I mean, I wasn't born there, but I went there when I was 15, and I lived there until I was in my late 20s, 30s. And, that was way too long.
Yeah, my family's from there.
Yeah.
I'm I'm native. So,
native,
once.
So
I mean, my dad, and my dad still lives in the same house he grew up in.
Ooh.
So that's like in Hialeah. So
yeah, the natives get upset when you talk shit like this. Like I'm like, nah, I don't want to live in Miami. Like, you forget where you're from.
No. Like I enjoy visiting, but most people kind of want to leave their hometown. I don't know. I wanted to do it younger, and I did it. And then I went back and I did it again. I've lived in Atlanta 3 times. I've lived in San Francisco twice. I don't know if I'll go back to LA yet, but I did like living there.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it here. I hear people all the people from Miami, but aside from them, there's people that are like, oh, LA sucks, and it's so expensive there. I'm like, have you been to Miami? Miami's expensive too. It's pretty wild out there. And at least here we got nice weather. I don't even feel the earthquakes.
Man, it's so fucking beautiful out here.
Yeah. There's some good breweries out there that make some really crazy beers that are like sour, like kind of like wines almost.
Yeah. Yahat's brewery downtown. I haven't been there, but and then there's Rogue. Rogue is like off Waldport, I think.
Cascade is out there. They make some crazy sours. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the few towns I've never been to. I've never been up there, and
it's a little small. It's like a little small town, like a little hippie town. There's like a few rock stores. That they just sell like rocks,
crystals and rocks and incense.
Crystals, yeah.
They tell your future, your psychic future.
Yeah. And then, I don't know. After a little while, you get to meet the locals that have lived here forever and hear all the old, the stories and stuff. I don't know. It's just different. I'm, used to being in a city, so this is like just kind of being out here. Like this morning, there's wild elk like across the street from where I live, and I was like, it's fucking amazing. And once you get, we're like 3 miles from the coast, so we go to the beach all the time, and
very nice.
It's I don't know, it's just different, and I don't know. I'm there right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain times in your life where life makes a choice for you that, you may have consciously made some decision, but ultimately, like, you couldn't have imagined living in up where you're at now, you know, let's say 6 years ago when you were in the, like,
Oh no, I was a
touring with
totally
Torche.
different person, you know?
Yeah. So you change, your tastes change, and obviously when we're hit with something so dramatic like all the shit that's been happening for the last 6 years, so it changes you.
Your
know what I mean?
priorities change, you know? I mean, when you know, like, God, when this happened, I had like $200 in my bank account. So it was like, what am I going to do? I just lost, you know, I've had 5 jobs. So when I got home from tour, I would still have work, you know, and that all stopped, you know? So it was like very unknown, you know, it's like, I wish I had something saved, you know, that I could have gotten through a lot of that without the help.
It's hard to save though when you're constantly working like you were, you know, touring and putting stuff together. You got, you know, expenses that come with all that, like putting out a record and merchandise and all that shit. Keeping yourself alive, and you know, people don't think about if you're not in a situation where you can actually leave and not have to worry about your rent or something when you come back. That's another thing, you know, and people don't think about that. Like they see musicians, you know, they see you guys on TV. You guys have played late shows and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, they're fine." It's like, no, they're not. Like, no, they're not.
I mean, it's you know, like I get so stressed out touring, to where I just don't enjoy it because there's always that risk, and you know, like, I don't know. I see all the realistic things, like, okay, we can't park here or something, you know, like. Or, you know, we've been ripped off before, you know, and it's just like, you got to keep an eye on everything. And, you know, like you're stuck in a van all day long, you know, and I don't know. It's just after a while, it gets old after a while, you know, to where, you know, like since this pandemic, I had like a break. I'm like, I fucking like being home, you know, I like, you know, like I like playing music. But I don't know, after a while, I just kind of got used to just playing by myself, you know, like, and, you know, it's like me as a kid, you know, in my room, you know, just writing riffs and stuff like that. But, you know, when you get together with other people, it's uncomfortable now because of, you know, you wearing a mask and you know, like, I mean, you're supposed to be sweating in a room, you know, playing music, and I don't know, it's just a weird time. And I don't know, I think a lot of people have grown apart because of this pandemic, you know. And then I, you know, when I'm living in San Francisco, you know, you see a lot of people that come in, you know, like to the bar acting like none of this has happened.
Right.
You know, it hasn't affected their life at all. You know, like they've had a job and they come out and, you know, it's like nothing's different. I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking different, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've definitely changed completely. I mean, when I go out, I still go out now, but I'm super careful. I'm wearing masks. I got a little bottle of sanitizer in my pocket. Like, you know, I'm keeping my distance. I used to smoke weed with everybody, but now I just bring a pack of joints and just like, everyone gets their own over there. And, you know, I've been careful, but that's the thing. Like now I've had to change like that, and I have to be more careful. And when I'm out, I have to like kind of be on edge, and you can't really relax and have a good time when you're on edge. You know what I mean?
No, you know what? And I don't really drink anymore, but I had a couple of nights while I was in San Francisco. I'm in a bartender, you know, so where I've gotten a little tipsy, and my guard is down. So I'm like walking into the bartender, and he's reminding me, hey, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't have my mask on, you know. But normally I'm really, you know, like, I mean, I'm like really overly cautious. I'd like, and you know, I'm walking by people without their mask on all day, you know. And so I mean, I haven't gotten sick yet, which is
like at all, you know, even like before it became a pandemic.
On wood.
Like, did you get nothing, a NAM or something like before?
No, like we were touring the UK in December before the pandemic hit. and everybody in the band got really sick to where like when the pandemic started, they were like, man, all those symptoms happened to us. But I was in the van with them. The other band that we were on tour with, Slow Crush, I think they all got sick too, but we didn't know it was like COVID, or anything like that. So I don't know if it was, but everybody got like sick during that tour, and I didn't, which I'm amazed, And then through this whole pandemic, I haven't gotten sick. But I've also, other than working in the bar, that's a huge risk. But
so
I've been lucky.
You've been lucky, or we need to take some blood samples from you. Please stay right there.
Yeah, maybe I have the cure right here.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's weird.
I love giving blood.
Dude, I hate it, and I have to do it often though, because I have like I forget, O negative or O positive. It's like they need it. It's a very, very, they can use it for anyone, basically, apparently. And, occasionally I've done the dumb thing of like donating a bunch of and plasma or whatever, where it takes even longer and they take more. And then I did that and went to the Ren Fair right after.
Oh, wow.
And I remember walking around with my wife and drinking mead, like thinking, everything's fine. I'm okay. And just like, hey, I can't walk anymore. I need to sit down. She's like, you're white, like paper white. I'm like, oh shit, I'm dying. They took too much. But yeah, I don't like donating blood physically. Like I like the act of helping out other people that need it, but it just sucks. I hate needles.
So yeah, no, this is me. I'm like always looking away. Yeah, it's funny. I was it last year I fainted for the first time. Which I had like I had like a scab on my leg that was like healing. And one of the dogs I was on the bed, and he like kind of like put moved his foot. He's like a Great Dane, and he scratched like the scab off. Oh. And I was like, oh man. And I just saw the blood. So I went into the shower, and I'm sitting down, and next thing I know, like I'm being pulled out of the shower. Like we just heard a thump, wow. And we go in, and you're like passed out. And I was like, because I was seeing this blood coming like out of my, and I was like, oh, I feel nauseous. And that was the last I remember. I was like, I fainted over that little fucking cut. God.
Yeah, dude, what is that too? Because that's happened to me, and I want to know, because I'm not like faint of heart or whatever they call that, or like I can watch gory shit on TV. Like if I watch UFC fights and people's arms break.
I can't watch it.
But that's the thing. Like I'm okay with it, and yet when I see my own blood, like I've had an injury or something, and I see something like that, makes me faint. And what is that? Like why?
You want to hear something funny? When the movie Hannibal came out?
Yes.
It was like, I saw it like opening weekend or opening night or whatever. It was like a packed theater. And I just remember the guy, like him feeding the guy his own brain.
Yeah, taking the little pieces and sizzling them.
And I was just like, as I'm walking out of the theater, I was like, fuck, I gotta sit down. And my friends are like, are you all right? I'm like, dude, I felt like I was going black because I couldn't get that, like the image was so fucked up to me in some weird way. Like, it is fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
But yeah, like I was going to like faint,
That's
so
interesting.
I would, visit my mom, and she'd be watching those medical, channels or whatever, like people having brain surgery and stuff like that. I'm like, how can you watch this? This is
yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I love like horror movies and shit like that where it's ridiculous, but like when it comes down to like real shit, or like, I mean, Hannibal's fucking ridiculous. But then what was that, like 20 years ago? Okay, I was so much younger then.
You were younger,
yeah. I can handle it more now.
Yeah, I can't watch like surgery videos and stuff. I don't understand how people watch that, or like the other one, the Dr. Pimple Popper thing, where people.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, no, dude, why?
I can't watch those people that do the jumping from building to building.
Oh, parkour.
Oh my God, like those fucking people, like, or just a skydive, like, I don't know, when I haven't been on Facebook for a little while, but like when I would go down my feed, there were videos that I couldn't avoid seeing, And I was
for a minute there, Facebook was like automatically playing them too. Like they changed that, but for a minute it was like you're just scrolling and it plays, and like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I'm terrified of heights. We got for New Year, we got motherfucker. We got on a roof of our building, and it's like 4 stories. But man, I got like the worst vertigo. I was like, man, where I went up there to like see the fireworks and stuff, and I was just like, man, like I felt like a gust of wind would just blow me off the side, But it's like, you're a fucking roof, Like I couldn't stand anywhere without feeling kind of dizzy. It's a weird feeling.
The claustrophobia that I got from when I was a kid. I went to the fair, and there, that old metal slide that's like wavy, and they give you a potato sack, and you go down it. To get up to the top, it's a spiral staircase in a tube. And at one point, we were like halfway up, and they stopped because there was, people.
Oh yeah, I get that same. Yeah,
I was like, oh no, like started just straight up panic.
Oh, dude, like I've tried to like force myself to do things. Like, what did we do? What is the thing where you kind of like slide down a rope? What is that
like
called?
A bungee cord, and you jump and you
no, you just slide from one side to the next.
Zip tie, like the zip lines.
Zip tie, yeah, zip line. We played Hellfest, and they had a zip line that like went across the fucking like the field.
Wow.
And it was like Dave Whitty and like Tony from Municipal Waste.
Nice, of course.
And John and Rick and I like went up to this thing, but as we're like going up, I'm like, fuck, like, should I do this? Should I fucking do this? Like, because it's so fucking high up, It's probably like 4 stories up or 4 or 5 stories up or whatever. But it was so fucking rad, like once. I think also I had like some drinks in me too. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. So they're sliding down, and what was it? Amon Amarth? Is that how you pronounce it?
The Vikings, Amon Amarth?
Yeah. So they were like playing that big stage, and it's just flames, just fucking, whoa. And I'm like, I'm ziplining across the fucking like, woo! I was like, that was fun, man. Like, but I just the terror actually just walking up the stairs, like knowing, oh fuck, we're really high right now. Like, good thing I'm drunk,
Yeah, but those are the life challenges we need to give ourselves, man. Like, it's worth the reward. I mean, it's risky, I guess, but at the same time, we gotta enjoy life. Like, do things like that every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
How do you turn that off? Like,
how do you turn off like the anxieties and stuff like that? Like, I don't know, drugs.
Lots of drugs. I wish, I would love to get to the point where we have like an app on the phone where like, ding, ding, you have anxiety, you push a button, it just stops. Like, I'm okay with that. Like the snooze on the anxiety.
No. So I don't have to go to the pharmacy, like,
I'm down. I'm down with the cybernet, whatever the link, the Neuralink that they want to do, where they hook up a chip in your brain that Elon Musk is doing.
Oh my God!
Have you not heard of this?
I don't know. Did you see? What was it? Don't Look Up.
Oh my God! I cried, dude. I cried at the end of that movie.
Just what was that guy? The techie guy. You know?
Basque, I think it was called, or something like that.
Bash, I think. Bash, yeah.
Yeah.
God, that guy is like
great performance from that actor too, man. Like that.
Yeah, he was like he was kind of like Andy Warhol or something.
He was like Andy Warhol and what's his name, the Facebook guy, and and Elon Musk a little bit, Zuckerberg, and like all those dudes. It was like an amalgamation of all these tech giants,
just soulless, like no soul whatsoever.
They're robots, right? They're robots.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's too late. Like. The robots came and already took over, and they're just trying to ease us into the transition with all this AI and and Neuralink's coming and
why waste their time?
Yeah, right. Well, like the Matrix, bro, they need us as batteries.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting weird.
Although like I do like the robots. The fucking robots are where we are right now. Like. Yeah, with technology and everything, it's just fucking mind blowing.
Yeah,
but we're fucking it all up. We're fucking everything else up in the meantime.
I'm being very polite to all of my AI in the house, all my Google Home stuff. I'm very polite. I say please and thank you to it, because when the time comes, I want them to be like, "Oh, he was nice."
Yeah, it's weird hearing someone talk to no one and like their house respond like like turn on the like the fan over here, and like and shit's like turning on and off of the house. And
yeah, I'm still getting adjusted to that. I have some of that at home. Like my TV, I can talk to it.
Is it Siri? That does that?
It's Google. This one's Google, but Siri does it too. But like now I have a Google TV, so when I just go like, "Hey Google, turn the TV on," and it boop turns on, or turn it off, and I could lower the volume or mute, and I just yell out for it to mute.
Yeah, it's wild.
And I mean,
I can't keep up.
I saw it. We saw that in Demolition Man in the early '90s.
But I didn't think we'd get there.
So
I had a different outlook. I thought we would be flying in flying cars, and
right,
it's a lot more than I imagined.
Yeah, man.
So imagine the next 20 years.
How old are you now?
20. I'll be 48 in a couple months.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. I'm 40 now. I just turned 40 in November. And I started having those like nights where I lay down and I'm like, oh no, I'm halfway done. Like we're halfway done with this. We're halfway done with this story. Like, wait a minute. Shit. But then I started trying to give it like a positive spin to myself. I'm like, look, I'm 40. The first 20 don't count. Like the first 20 were just nonsense. That's just crazy.
It's funny because I remember I remember the first 20 years of my life. The next 20 years of my life, I didn't remember that much.
That's right.
And then now things just kind of go in one ear and come right out the other. And
now is when life kicks off, and you've technically been living for like 20 years, like and experiencing life and remembering like things that are happening, and you get like 15 or 20 years of that, and we still got realistically 30, 40 more years to go, you and I. That's a long time. And in 30 years, the world's going to be unrecognizable. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
If you think about it, think about 20 years ago from now, where we didn't even have like the 90s, early 90s. We didn't have these things. You know what I mean?
No.
I couldn't have a phone call.
Like, I didn't have a cell phone until maybe 2004.
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? I had a cell phone. I had a cell phone in my car in case of emergencies, but I never used it. And I remember like my ex like trying to contact me, and I'm like, I don't know how to use like the voicemail thing from my phone. Why don't you just call me at the house?
I have the machine set up. What was your first cell phone? Like what did you have, the giant like brick at any point? Or
I had like the Nokia one. Oh no, I had one that was like, it was, oh fuck.
I hear you, but I don't see you. The video is off. There we go.
Oh man, my battery's dying.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
You know, like, yeah, yeah, they have that new thing, that new battery. I mean, I don't know how new it is, but I just started using it. Where you just put your phone on top of,
Wireless
because
charging.
I kept like, yeah, I kept. I know it's. And this is my first Zoom meeting.
Welcome to the future, Steve.
I know. I'm finally catching up. I finally got an Atari game set, like, and a VHS player. You know.
Next up for you is a VR headset, man. You got to get one of those.
Yeah, I got these right here. I can hear you better.
Yeah, you should get one of those. Well, you need to get the VR headset because the world is going to shift into the metaverse, and then you don't want to be left out.
That's why I'm in the country, though. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, it's nuts. But well, since your battery is dying, I mean, we can try and wrap it up a little bit. But I'm glad to hear that you're doing. You're out there and you're chilling, relaxing. Get your head straight, whatever you need to think about, to just for yourself. That's what we got to do now.
Oh yeah,
you got to keep yourself healthy.
I thought about this. I was like, since when I go to the country, I use a lot less anxiety medication because I'm not stressed about like every day, like just having people on top of you every day.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stress, like mental illness, is it's fucking everywhere, in the city. And I don't know, like it's crazy getting on the bus and people screaming. I just have my headphones in most of the time. So I don't know what they're saying, but I'm like, God damn it, man. Like it's
out there.
It's out there, but like coming out here, you just don't hear anything,
Yeah, it's relaxing. And it's so important. We don't even realize it. Like people that are in the city most of their lives, when you get out, it's like you don't even like, wow, what's happening? But your body reacts differently. You wake up happy. Like, what's that? I'm happy. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. No. I just I like it. I do like being close enough to get food and things like that, and weed, we can, but, no, it's just different. It's, I get stressed when I have to drive somewhere or something like that, like, I don't know, maybe it's just going through life in general. Like you get into a car accident, it kind of fucks you up, and I don't know, just many different things.
Did you have a car accident that fucked you up?
I'm not in a bad car accident, but like stupid things where I've like, rear-ended someone or something like that, just for taking my eye off something for one split second. I ran into John. John was using his dad's he had like a huge fucking like pickup truck that had like the 4 wheels on the back and stuff like that. And
yeah.
Where I was in Miami, so we had a yellow light to turn, and he went and turned, and then like I was trying to like make the yellow light before it turned red because traffic just immediately starts. Like nobody looks at you; they just honk their horn. And like in Miami, and I was looking at the car, like start to take off, and then I looked ahead, and fucking John's like stopped, and my car went like right underneath this fucking truck. So I was like, oh, that was so fucking stupid. It's like, well, when I drive in Miami, I'm like, I've got to keep my eye on everything. You see fucking BMW, whoa, like I get so much anxiety, like driving, I get fucking road rage, man. I'm like, like someone just go, try to, like kind of cut me off or something like that.
It's crazy out in Miami. I used to do some stupid shit when driving in Miami, but I've changed my ways. I acknowledged how douchey and shitty in Miami that was of me, but I used to like drive on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got friends where I'm like, even on tour, I would lay in the back because I don't want to know what's going on. So I would lay in the back of the van. I mean. Shit, man, we did it on like we flipped our trailer on black ice one time, and
I remember seeing that story. Yeah,
I'm like laying in the back, and just all of a sudden we just started spinning. I'm just holding on, I don't know, that fucked me up, like that, I mean, I've been lucky. I know Rick's been in some serious car accidents. But I haven't been in anything like major, but just being in a car in traffic, I have to be alert, so I don't know. I just don't work like that,
Yeah.
But out here, there's like no traffic jams. It's fucking, shit. There's no cars on the road. It's awesome.
Is there any homeless people around? Like, is it how?
I mean, there are. There's been like campers, and through the pandemic, there's been a lot of like people living in their vehicles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a cold and wet place, so it's not like San Francisco where, I mean, it's just San Francisco and LA. The homeless situation is insane. I never thought I'd ever see it get this bad.
Yeah, and it's everywhere from what I hear, because everybody's like, oh, LA is really bad. I'm like, yeah, so is everywhere else. Everyone is suffering right now. The entire country is not having a good time. So it's not just specific to any city. Like it's bad. It's really bad here, but you're like you say, you're still finding them even in the small town that you're in. It's everywhere.
I was in Portland Airport, and there were a couple of people in the airport walking around, asking for money and stuff.
It's a good place to be homeless in. Like I've been stranded at an airport for 2 or 3 days just because flights keep getting canceled, and like you could live there. I've showered in there, and
I mean, I honestly I hate airports so much. So yeah, it's like.
Well, I mean, if you're in a situation where you have no home and it's that or a bridge, I'll go stay in the airport.
Obviously, yeah. You know what? And there, I did when I went to the bathroom, I did see somebody like bathing in there.
Yeah.
But it's a good place to stay clean, and it's clean too. Shit, like right now, like everybody's like on top of everything.
That's what I don't get about some of the homeless out here. Like, I mean, I get that, meth and drugs are really bad and they'll fuck up your head. But also, like, when I spent some time homeless because I, just bad choices. And, but I would clean up at least. You know what I mean? Just go to the Walgreens and fucking look presentable so I don't, so if there are any opportunities to like turn my life around, I can actually grab onto them and not be like people shooing away from me because I smell like piss and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's mental illness. I mean,
there's that.
Because God, like I can't see a lot of people that I see every day in San Francisco holding a job.
Right.
Because of issues that they have. I mean, I can't, I don't, I've never been homeless, I've always had a roof over my head. So I can't imagine how that would, make you turn to drugs,
Yeah.
And in San Francisco is the weather's nice. I mean, culturally, you could live there, and not have a home in some ways, I mean, most of the businesses that I walk by have somebody living in front of the door at night. And I don't know. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, like growing up. I've just, I've driven by it, but I've never seen it as I'm walking out the door, in a city. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is,
Some kind of crazy restructuring of the economy, which I don't even understand how we would do that. Then
just like, just mental health facilities to help people, and give them a home or, shelter. I mean, I don't know what to do about it,
We're definitely getting to a better point where I think that mental health is now it's taken more seriously. Because I remember being a kid, especially a kid in Miami, and Latin parents, my Cuban parents don't believe in mental health. Like my mother just now started accepting that, it's a thing. Like growing up.
It's a cultural thing that, I think we didn't grow up. Like I didn't grow up. I mean, I knew anxiety through, relatives, but I didn't really know about it until I was older, and ADD. Like I was never diagnosed with ADD as a kid or anything like that.
I was diagnosed with alphabetizing everything,
Yeah, no. But I can, I see, all that, a lot of those signs I've always had as well, but I didn't know about it back then. I just thought I was stupid. I was like, I could not concentrate, but they were like, I couldn't do my homework at night. I'd have to wake up first thing in the morning so I could actually concentrate and do my homework and then go to school, things like that, I don't know. We have more awareness of all these different issues.
That was
now.
what I was trying to say, that I feel like it's more on people's minds, and it's because of all of this. It's because people have started to realize like, shit's getting crazy because we're all disconnected, and, the virus thing, and, everything that happened with the last president, and, they're just now we're starting to realize like, we're all fucking, we need to focus on some mental health as well as physical health, trying to stay healthy. Like that to me is the key to fixing this pandemic problem, is get everybody healthy. Let's just get everybody to eat better and fucking
and just
work
be
out.
Aware. I think just being aware of
don't
what's
sneeze
going
in my
on.
face.
But, and be kind to other people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope things can work itself out in a positive way, in the future. I don't know. I don't see it happening. but I mean, because every year just feels like it just keeps getting worse and worse. But I don't know. Maybe that's just the way that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's also mental health right there. Like that perspective thing, right? That,
that is
setting yourself to look into a positive area will lead to positivity. But it's a fight internally. Yeah.
And it's something I personally try to work on, I mean, with just the awareness that, like right now I'm being negative as fuck, like I have no faith in humanity anymore. White people ruined everything. Fucking, and it's not going to stop, Yeah. I just watched this documentary last night called The Swamp. It's on like Florida.
Oh, I heard about it. Yeah.
It's fucking good, but it's just like we fucked everything up in the last like 100 years, but it's amazing the things we've done.
Yeah.
But God, like for the environment, no, man, like we just don't. I just think of like all the plastic, like every garbage can I walk by in the city is just packed. I'm like, where is all that shit going?
Well, it's the reason it feels like it's not going to get any better for you, like the way what you're thinking about, is because you see shit like people like Elon, who they're focusing their efforts on getting us off of the planet. That's when we fucked up. The smartest, richest people are like, nope, can't fix it. Let's go somewhere else.
Why? Why would you want to live somewhere else? Like, dude, I'm fucking, I don't know. Like,
maybe they know that it's irreversible. So they're like, fuck it. You got to get off this rock. It's not going to get any better. And it's weird. It's like you want to go to Mars and terraform it. Like, how about you terraform Earth?
Yeah, like let's fix this shit. But I guess but I mean, in the next like 100 years or so, like, I mean, how breathable will the air be? But then again, who knows? I'm not going to be around. So, but like, I just think yeah, I don't know. What's going to happen? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know,
That's why I haven't had kids, man. You know, people, my friends and family are always asking me, when are you going to have kids? Like, for what? What are they going to grow up into? Like, I don't know. I think I just have a dog. I'm good with a dog.
they're more affordable.
Yeah. And
then they love you.
Yeah, if I want to go to the movies, I could put it in a little cage or the kennel for a couple hours, and then I come home and he's more excited to see me than ever. If I do that to a baby, put it in a little cage, I get arrested. You know what I mean? I can't. I can't
Oh my God! That. I got to tell you about when I saw at the airport. I saw it was like a family, younger, probably 30s or whatever, but they had like 4 kids. Oh, and 2 of them were the father went down the escalator with one of the kids, and then the mother was up there with 3 kids. One was in a stroller, and she didn't know how to get the kids down, so she sat them down as you know, both going down the escalator, like and they're both like screaming and crying, and you know, she ends up going down, and then the kid with the stroller is just sitting there like watching. I'm like, God, how old do they feel like having 4 kids? You know, like,
dude, I don't know.
I mean, like, kids are a miracle, whatever. You know, like,
kids are, yeah, whatever. No,
yeah. I mean, if you have a kid, you know, like,
yeah.
But like me as an outsider, I'm like, God, like they just look so exhausted. And the father wasn't even hurrying up the escalator to get the kid in the stroller. He was just riding it slowly all the way up. Well, this kid's like right in front of the escalator in the stroller, just waiting there, like not caring that people are coming down. And this kid's like watching it, but he just looked so tired.
People with kids, I don't get it. I mean, like you said, applause, good for you. Wow, amazing, good job. But whew, man, and I have, you know, all my high school buddies have kids, and they're like, "What are you? It's your turn. What are you gonna?" You know, I'm like, nope. I'm trying to stay alive myself. You think I can, you know, keep another human alive through this chaos? Like I'll be, you know, when the world starts looking a little normal again, maybe I'll reconsider. But
I'm like an uncle. I'm an uncle. You know, I'm like
great uncle.
Yeah. See you know, every once in a while, see the kids. You know,
yeah, take them out to the movies. You know, whatever.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I can't see myself being a parent. But then again, you know, like you have to learn to take care of pets and things like that. I guess you just learn how to take care of a kid, but you can't expect to be doing the right thing, you know, while you do it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a selfish thought to not want to have kids apparently, but I guess I'm selfish. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not selfish. I just, I think it's more selfish to have a kid and just not really want them. You know?
Agreed. Thank you. I watched the show Utopia, which Amazon went and did like a US version and ruined it. But the UK version of the show Utopia is really good. There's a scene there that I show all my friends that talk about kids. I show them that one scene. You can just YouTube it. It's in an airport, and this lady has a kid, and she was complaining about, you know, the environment, and the guy just turns to her and he's like, "Do you understand the footprint that your kid, like the worst thing you could have done for this planet was bringing that kid, because he's going to create waste for years, and like, like the carbon footprint of that human that you created is worse for the environment than anything else in this airport." Yeah, it's pretty fucking great. And he's like, at the end, I think at the end he just looks at her, he's like, you know, if you really care about this planet, you wouldn't have brought him to it. And or something like that. I'm butchering it, but it's a really good
point. At this point, there's so many people, you know, and so much waste. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm alive, but you know, I just wish we could be different, you know, like not just do it, you know, like, I mean, but that's a cultural thing too. It's like, I grew up, you know, eating TV dinners, and, you know, now I still like eat microwavable shit, you know, which I should be fucking making my own food, you know, like, or I don't know, like living out in the country, you meet people that have their own farms and you just get fresh produce or you grow it. It's like, man, this tastes so much better than what's in the fucking bag, like that's.
So is this your future plans now that you're out there? Just watch a lot of Food Network and cook fresh farm food at your house. Learn how to cook.
I never liked cooking. I fucking still hate it, but it's something that I think I need to do for myself, and like, I don't know, the last time I went grocery shopping and got I got blueberries and they had mold on it. And I'm like, how long has this been or salad that's just like fucking shriveled up. Most of it's all shriveled up in a bag. I'm like, where has this been, and how long has it been frozen somewhere, and transported? And I don't know. I don't know. It just tastes so much sweeter when you can grow it. But I have, it's something that I'm learning to do. That I hope I get good at.
You can. So anything that you put your mind to and work hard towards, you'll be good at it, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. Especially when it's a complete lifestyle change too. It's like, it's not convenient for me to walk down the street to get a burrito now. I gotta, and I don't want food from Dollar General,
right. Yeah.
So you gotta just kind of start changing the way I live, but then again, like I said, I'm buying all this packaged food that's just fucking horrible. Everything is wrapped in plastic and
filled with chemicals to keep it preserved,
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't taste good, Yeah. I mean, it tastes good. It tastes good with all, but what I'm saying is it's like it feels horrible too.
Yeah. It feels heavy on you, I think. So, okay. Well, farm life for you it is, but the stuff that you recorded with the band, I mean, are you done with your part of it? And you're just waiting for them to wrap it up, or do you need to go take another trip out there to finish up?
No, I'm done with my parts. Okay. But I mean, I don't know if, I don't know what's going on with it, honestly.
I mean, there's not a lot of,
I think it was
point in putting an album out if you can't tour it,
There's that, and there's also, are we completely happy with the way it sounds yet? So are we going to release it as, an EP or, you don't know, or, we're going to put it as one solid piece, because I don't know, when we record records, we like it to be solid, as all feel solid about the songs. And I think a few of these songs that we wrote we're still not there yet. Some of the songs are done, but the guys weren't happy with certain things after we recorded it. So I don't know if those songs will be released or not, but we all have to be happy with everything. If we're going to put it out. So, but
that makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, so hopefully it'll, maybe over a little time, the guys will actually enjoy listening to it again. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think a couple of those songs will probably be out, but
I mean, we're in a time now where releasing an album doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I like a lot of bands are doing that where they'll just drop a couple songs, and it's just its own little thing, and then later on when shit gets a little more stable, then you can put out a full album,
No, I just want it to be solid. I want everybody to be happy with it. So, but then when you record things and then you listen to it over and over, especially being in a band, you overanalyze things and you hear it differently than the actual listener. Yeah. So you have to kind of have naked ears to listen to it again. I mean, there's so many things that I've recorded in the past where I was just fucking hate this, but then I listened to it later on, it's pretty good. We didn't record this song, like it was like a throwaway song or whatever. I got so many fucking, like live rehearsal recordings of songs that I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that song, and I listened to it again. And I'm like, that was fucking good. Why did we not record it? Because somebody didn't like it, it just happens. So
that's when you start another side project.
Yeah. Right now it's just weird. I'm like a few hours from Portland, and like anyone, unless I meet somebody in town that plays drums or something.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know, like I'll still be writing stuff, well, right now I don't have my instruments with me, but
cool. Anyway, so I appreciate that you're trying to take care of your mental health and staying safe and moving to a place that seems to be more peaceful for you. I'm hoping to hear more music from you soon. I had tickets to the Meshuggah tour. I still have them. It's moved, I think, to October now. But
yeah, I think September, October.
Yeah,
I was
September.
really looking forward to that too. But then again, everything keeps changing,
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll believe it once we're actually like sound checking,
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're staying on the tour package, because I know Converge was part of the tour package, but they dropped out to go do another tour, I guess. But I'm glad that you guys are sticking with it. It's exciting, and I want to hopefully see you hang if the virus allows us to hang out.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll be around.
Well, Steve, thanks again. For anybody that's watching and listening, make sure to follow Torche _band. If you want to follow Steve, yours is it's not Sapphire Steve anymore, right?
No, it's Steve Brooks on Instagram. But Steve _Brooks _.
Okay, yeah. Steve _Brooks _. But yeah, follow him and keep an eye on
there's
him.
There's also 305 Alive, which is the floor page.
Oh, 305 Alive. Follow that as well.
Miami, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. No, but hey, thanks again, man. Stay in touch, and hopefully I'll see you in October.
All right. Yeah,
All right.
hopefully.
Cheers, brother. Take care.
All right, dude. All right, bye.